Hey everyone, and welcome back to Construction Simulator in Europe. We're back doing some solo play. We're going to dive into a contract. We're here in our yard with all of our equipment. Let's jump into the menus, use our spare slot. All right, looks like there's a couple to do with the stadium and the festival. I'm going to keep away from those. I think I want to do something just out in the land, a general one. Hopefully something that's not too big so we can get it done pretty fast. We could do some, let's have a look at this one. This one is a pretty simple one. Yeah, let's go to this. I don't really know much about it. 350 grand. Can't complain about that. Let's jump into that. Looks like the very first thing we need to do is materials delivery, but first let's track that correct contract. It defaults to the left one. Yeah, deliver a steel beam. So, you know what? Let's go with a bigger truck. In our company, we do own some semis and stuff. Let's get this guy out and its associated trailer. Did it come out to this parking lot? It did. Alright, let's get this all attached. The steel beams, I'm guessing, might come from the steelworks rather than the normal construction yard. Let's do some fast travel. Yeah, I'm guessing it's going to come from, yeah, here. So let's jump over there. I think this is the yard where we've got the we call it the crane hanging around just to make loading easier. So let's buy it and get it spawned out or come out on that yellow thing right there. So let's jobs. Actually, which way to do this? This way. Go into the here. Enter. Choose the residential area. Contract. No, it's no number of parts 0 here. So it's not there. So maybe it's over here. Let's go over to the framing area. Maybe the steel beams are just in the warehouse. Maybe. So we'll go park this in the auto loading bay and see if this is the right place. And turn that on. No, still 0. It must be just one of these things. Just the normal storage yard. Yeah, I would have thought steel beams would have come from one of those specialized places. Let's change the filter to job 3. Yep, there it is, steel beams. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's check that out. And we'll see how much space we've got left. We've got a bit of space left. So let's see if we can get some more. I don't know what's going to be needed first. They're all pretty big, aren't they? Let's do this one. And we'll purchase that. Yep. Oh, fitted perfectly. All right. So over here is the airfield job that we're working on. And up here is the stadium. So this must be the warehouse. Let's jump over there. Bit of a different start, huh? It's definitely not that common to get this type of equipment. All right. We could have delivered it to the site, seemingly. Since we don't have a mobile crane spare, I think I'm going to erect one here. We do have one in storage. This is the really big one. Yeah, I think we can use that big one. I've been tempted to buy the smaller one. Camera angle right. Yeah, this is a bit big for this site, but it will be okay, I guess. So, why do I have 4 beams? Was that a mistake? Did I buy too many? Or maybe it's needed for a later step. All right. Let's see if I can remember the keystroke to rotate. Yeah, it's B. Oh, it's always hard to get these really close ones. There we go. The music got very quiet all of a sudden. 5:30. There it goes. That's kind of weird that it stopped for a sec there. Yeah, so it looks like this might actually have some different stuff. It won't be this normal, you know, dig some concrete, or dig a hole, put some concrete down type thing. Kind of cool that it's different. Trying to stop the swing here. Come on. There we go. Yeah, I do prefer to use a mobile crane. Alright, let's get this down. I assume I'm going to have to unpack it. What's next? Get out of the way. So we'll just jump across to that guy. Oh, I'm barely in the spot. Okay. There we go. We can jump across that crane. Oh, it looks like this is going to be a crane heavy episode. Oh, I am tempted to get a mobile crane out. They're just so much faster. The crane speed is just not that fast, these tower cranes. I think we'll go furthest first, that way there's nothing in the way. And do this 14 times, so 13 more times. And number 2. Get this over there. Yeah, it's going to be a little bit repetitive. You know what? Let's put this as a little time lapse, because it will be a little bit repetitive, and it's one of those things that the camera angles also get a bit skewy. So yeah, enjoy some tunes for 30 seconds, and I'll see ya when these beams are all up in the air. Bit repetitive, but kind of fun. Didn't take too long in the end, maybe about 5 minutes. So looks like that truck again is in the way. Fighting with camera angles as always. Let's get that across. Might just move this a little bit this way. And we'll get to do these fun ones at the top. This is definitely a case where you want to go far first. A green dial definitely helps narrow or zoom in to where you need to go. Making sure to keep this high enough so we don't bang anything. Yeah, I don't know if the smaller crane would actually work here. It's quite a long reach. Talking about reach, I was a little bit far. There we go. Yeah, we are quite close to the end of the run there. So yeah, I don't know if that smaller crane that you can buy would have reached. Yeah, I do like using the mobile crane. What would you call it? The triangle-ness of the crane means that you really can swing the end bit quite fast. But you know what, I think in this scenario where it's a nice linear hold, these big ones do actually probably do a better job. I just don't like how fast the carriage moves up and down. It's quite slow, and also the up-down rate's quite slow. I think I'll keep on doing this even though it's dark. I think it will be kind of cool to see these big blue holograms at night. Trying to get in the middle. the way I'm doing it is I'm looking at the ground, getting the circle halfway between the poles, and then waiting for the swing to adjust for itself. It's kind of cool how it does show the swing, how you get the two circles. Are we halfway there yet? This will be the halfway point. Up and over. Kind of using that texture on the ground to help guide myself as well. Wait for the swing to catch up. Looks like those buildings actually have modelled floors in them. I'm seeing furniture and stuff in that tower right there in front of us. It's those small details that really make a game, isn't it? I mean, also things like just having debris hanging around and, you know, just parked cars, and even like you can see a pedestrian over there, just having a little bit of life in the land. Yeah, I'm actually really impressed by a construction simulator. It's, you know, they've got probably a substantially smaller budget than Farming Sim does. I mean, I think their sales are probably 10 to 1 different. I'm guessing if you look at Twitch and stuff, the number of people streaming this versus streaming Farm Sim tends to be like a 10 to 1 ratio. So just based on that circumstantial evidence, you can guess that their revenues are roughly 10 to 1. I actually haven't looked at the Steam charts either. That's another way of doing it. You can go look at Steam and find out how many players are playing a game at any one time. I wonder what Construction Simulator Simultaneous is. I'm guessing it's only like 100 or 1,000. Can't be that big. I mean, it has been a fair while since it came out, so some of the initial fans no doubt have moved on. Alright, that's that job done. Oh, and I brought the wrong thing. So I think what I might do... And you know what? I'm just going to deliver it to the site. We'll go here, enter, because we've got that bay to the left, and we'll get them to do that. That's the future, which is on the truck. That's on the truck. And then we will make sure we go to the right job site 3. And I'm going to jump out and change, I was going to say change the weather, but change the time. Big fan of noon, nice and bright. Alright, so now we have to do the red ones. Up and over. Ooh, bit of momentum there, had to deal with. Yeah, this seems to be quite a different style of level. I'm actually quite enjoying it. So we had the sewer last time, and that was a little bit different too, having all those pipes to do. That was a fun difference type of thing. And yeah, also this one's quite different too, so it's quite cool. I wish there was a way of it being clear about which contracts are redos, like repeats of something that already has been done. It would be nice that there's like an icon on it, so you also, I think that's what mini job means. So what I'm saying is under the jobs things, like if we go under contracts, so like this is repeat, I've already done it, so if I do this it would disappear and start again. And I think these ones at the end, these mini jobs, particularly this one where you just deliver stuff, that's a repeat. But I think something like this village one with the road, it actually will make the road, and then that will open up the ability to maybe put a house next to it or something. And then some of these houses I think are repeats as well. This one's cool. We probably could have done that one too. Maybe next time. Hopefully it will stay in the list. So I think this one just goes here. And the last one, let's have a look around. Okay, back to right at the front. I think it's this alley. Yep, this one. Whoops. There we go. Come on. Camera angles. We'll get the camera off the site, so it shouldn't... Well, not the camera, the crane. Alright. Get my player out of here. Fasten girt. I don't know what that word means. Girt? What's girt? Oh, okay, that stuff's a girt. It's the side of the building's called a girt. Okay. I have never used that word before. So I think those insulation panels will turn into the stuff that generates the walls, maybe? Yeah, I like this one. This warehouse ones are cool. It's quite different. A lot of panels. See that? Oh, this is, I can't walk through there. Interesting. Oh, because there's something at the bottom. Okay. So this is where I'm going to regret them being way over there. Maybe I should have got a truck. Alright, well. Let's try to speed run this, I guess. Actually, I don't need to lift it too high. As long as I avoid the entry there, or the ironwork. Shouldn't be too bad. And how many seconds we can do per lap. So we'll start a clock on this one. Alright, let's go. So it's taken... Come on, come on, come on, faster, faster, faster! Come on. Ah, slow down. There we go. So it took, what's that, 16 seconds, 17 seconds to get there. And to get back and attach to the next one. Oh, cooked it, cooked it. And so that's, I have to do math in my head, 32 seconds. That's not too bad. I also messed it up a little bit. So what's that going to be? Another couple of minutes, 2 minutes to finish this off. Let me rotate this, get it into the right... No, stop doing that. There we go. Yeah, you can't drag it through it. Once one green thing's selected, if it enters another blue area, it won't toggle across. It'll stay green until you completely leave that segment. That's why I had to keep on lifting it up. Oh, come on. I think I double pressed A on the Xbox controller then. Nice and low. Ooh. And running back. Doing a whole Fast and the Furious thing here. And wait for the swing. It's a bit more James Bondy, isn't it? James Bond tends to be more like crane type stunts. And the lucky last one. I wonder what these extras are going to be used for. So maybe another building. So there's another girt or some type of metalwork over there. And we have one on the truck. And oh, that truck's in the way again. Whoops, I missed it. So I have all the equipment out for all the multiplayer stuff. And so this stuff is out here for the stadium stuff. And then there's also some hanging out at the airport. I need to get back to those, but I don't want to continue them without doing it multiplayer. But we will get back to that. Let's put this semi out of the way. Semi. Pun. Jump into there. Ooh. So this is a crane heavy episode. Yeah, this is going to be busy work. I'm just going to choose a random one here. I guess... Do I want to go up and over? We will have to rotate them, I think. Go for that back one first. Yeah, I haven't done a crane-based level of this magnitude for ages. I meant to get that in the far one, but it didn't trigger. The level that I always remember, I don't know if anybody else has this as their favorite, is there's a bridge in the US map, and you have to flow the concrete for the pylons on both sides, and it is absolutely just enthralling. You have to reach the furthest you've ever reached with the concrete pump to get it up super high. You have to use the biggest cranes to move the floor of the bridge out over the water. There's barges involved. It's really fun. So one of my favorite levels. The other one I really like is actually the level where I think it's, I'm not sure if it's in Europe or US, but it's the video that goes really well on my channel. It's just raw footage of me digging out a big area. I think it's a car park in the US map, and it's just 8 hours of excavation. And I can tell you that's when I was starting to learn the game, and by the end of those 8 hours, definitely had a lot more skills than when I started. Yeah, so if you like excavation, I think it's the hotel level in Europe, which is the second campaign thing. The very first one in Europe is quite short, and then you get a nice 8-hour digging exercise, and then, as I said, I think it's the parking garage in the US map as well. So yeah, actually let's put these right back. And actually I rotated it. Changing my mind. Since I've already rotated it, we'll put it, come on, get off the beam there. We'll put it down here. Yeah, I really enjoy the excavation ones for sure. But yeah, these crane ones you don't get too often, so I've always enjoyed them. Actually, I remember doing, I think the last crane job I did that I remember quite fondly was some type of beach thing. Why does the word beach come into my brain? I can't remember. I think there was, like, we were making some type of deck or something. No, it was a pier, maybe it was a yacht club or something. But yeah, there was a lot of craning in that as we made the buildings. That was a lot of fun too. I think that was in Europe. I think this one does justify the tower crane. I don't think a mobile crane would do this very easily. I'm guessing we're actually going to do 2 levels of this. We're going to do the bottom and the top. Huge amount of craning. And we're only at 26%. Wow, it's nothing. How have we only done 5 so far? Wow, it feels like we've done way more than that. Come on. There we go. Get that crane head over the top. Back we come. Back. Alright, let's get this in the middle here. I know that TwitchCon is coming up. I think this episode is going to come out the week before TwitchCon. Or is it the weekend of? I'm not sure. But I'm looking forward to it. I do enjoy watching some particularly Hermitcraft Minecraft YouTubers, and the Hermitcraft server has like 20 players on it, and about, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 of them are going to be at TwitchCon and doing all these panels. So yeah, I'm not going down there to, I think it's in San Diego, but I am looking forward to watching it live. I don't watch Twitch too often. I tend to be a YouTube person. It's one of the most expensive things my brother ever got me for a present. He gave me YouTube Premium, and then I got hooked on it, and then I can't go back to ads. So yeah, that 1 year of subscription present turned into me having to pay for that for the rest of my life. So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I do like how YouTube Premium gives more money to creators. My understanding is a premium view is worth the same of like 100 normal views or something. So that's good to know that I am, by having that subscription, which is just keeping my sanity from adverts, is also helping the creators that I watch. There we go. Yeah, there's so many streaming services, isn't there? There's Disney and Hulu, and you can get ESPN and all those. Peacock. Yeah, so much. It's like we're back to cable TV prices, really. I am a big Disney fan in general, but I don't know if Disney Plus is worth it these days. I think it was good when there was that big Marvel push and even some of the newer Star Wars stuff, but I don't know if I'm getting my value for money out of Disney Plus these days. I think I'm really into the smaller creators. I'm not as much into the big studio stuff anymore. I think it's this week or maybe last week when this airs is when the last Grand Tour airs. End of an era with Jeremy and the gang. Hammond and May. Been quite the journey. I think they said it was 23 years since they started doing Top Gear. I saw in the news a while ago that they dissolved their production company. So it's definitely, with that happening, pretty solid that they're not going to make more. I mean, they could always make a new production company, I'm sure, but yeah, it's a bit of an end of an era. So I haven't watched that yet. I think it's called The Sand Job or something. But it'll be interesting to see them going about their antics one more time. Actually, yeah, it's back to front. See that angle at the top is left to right, and yeah, it wants it the other way around, but that's fine, close enough. All right, one left is that front panel, and I'm guessing we're going to do all the ones above it as well. We still have 4. Is it still 4? Yeah, still got 4 in that pile. So enough for 2 more resets. Plus whatever that truck delivery stuff is. All right. Camera angles got weird. Oh, okay, here we go, a bit more. What else is going on? They're talking about Disney. They had the D23 conference, a good month ago now. Interesting to see them investing. D23 is the Disney fan type event. I always need to go over there, where they announce all the new movies and the theme park changes. It's good to see that they've recognized that Universal is starting to become a competitor, particularly in Florida, and they need to do investments. The big hoo-ha is adding the Cars Land, where Rivers of America is, in Magic Kingdom in Florida. I have not been to Disney World, but I have been to Disneyland, and I don't know if I'm in the minority here. I'm probably sure I am, but I think it's actually a good idea to do what they're doing. I know a lot of people saying it's going to change the feel of everything, but I think I agree with the idea of independent parks, and it's good to have experiences that you can only get in one place. And because the Rivers of America is available at Disneyland, and that was the OG, and it actually is used a little bit more than in Disney World from my understanding. So they've got both a pirate ship and the paddle steamer at Disneyland, and the way that Fantasmic is done, which is right there on the island, I think it gives it a lot more purpose. Where with Disney World, there's not as much leverage or leverage for like characters and stuff on the island. And so if you're on the canoes or if you're on even the train around the park, you don't really see that much. You don't have these dioramas of like, you know, cheetahs climbing a tree or something. And so it seems to be a slightly lesser version than what's at Disneyland, which is highly, highly over-engineered. The canoe ride, where you paddle around that lake, is quite good. You get to see it in quite detail. So yeah, I think it's quite good. I as much as I know it's going to change the feel, you do have Thunder Mountain, there, and that is going to set that dry, arid feel. And so I'm sure they'll put a huge amount of trees around and it will look very natural. I'm guessing it's actually going to have a very similar vibe as the Grizzly River Run has in California Adventure, in the way that it slowly transitions from a dry area to lush. So I think it's going to be okay. I am a fan of the Cars universe, so maybe I'm letting that taint my opinion, but I think it is a good idea to have a ride that particularly is good for a lot of ages. I think kids would really enjoy it. I know that the Cars Land and all the rides at California Adventure in LA are very popular. There's still many hour wait times. So I think it would be actually good for Disney World to have a variant of Cars. There's a lesser version in Disneyland Paris where it's a pretty simple ride, but that does also bring it to another park as well. So yeah, I'm okay with having multiple experiences that are different for the same assets, like Marvel, for example. But I'd rather have the rides not repeated across parks. That's just my opinion anyway. So we'll see. I'm sure the Imagineers will do an amazing job in the end. They always do. I think the days of cost cutting are over. One of the things, if you've never seen it, if you do have Disney Plus, there's a series called The Imagineering Story, which is the history of Disneyland parks. And it goes through all of the politics and the finances and the creative story behind all the parks worldwide. So that's, if you're a Disney fan, I highly recommend that series. There we go. How many have we got left? One left. Alright, let's get this one. And we'll start the next stage, I guess. We'll have to rotate this one, it won't fit otherwise. I wish you could turn the head of the crane at the same time as doing rotation. It uses the same button, so you can't. So basically it's the left and right joystick to change the head of the crane, shuttle in, shuttle out, turn left, turn right. But when you hold down B, the left and right is what does the rotation. Done. How much time do we have? Yeah, let's quickly do... How many stages do we have left? Let's have a look. Yeah, we'll do this. We'll do this part as well. Very crane heavy episode. Yeah, when it comes to the movies that they announced, I mean, there's some nearly everything, well, a lot of things were sequels. I'm okay if the sequel's good. It just has to be good. I don't mind if an asset is kind of repeated, but it just has to have a good story. I'm not a fan of the Toy Stories. I don't think they've really aged well and the story wasn't great. I think Incredibles could be quite good. Moana, if it comes with decent music, will be good. I think some people are 50-50 on Frozen 2 and Frozen 3. I liked Frozen 2. I thought actually it was better than Frozen 1. I think the animation was better and the songs were slightly better. I think the characters had more depth. So yeah, I don't know where Frozen 3 is coming from and what the idea is. But I think there was some new properties, but yeah, nothing really grabbed me. I think most people, I'm burnt out on Marvel. I think I've riskily stopped watching after Endgame. So I think like most people, I just got a little bit worn out. Same with the Star Wars. I enjoyed the all 9 movies, but I haven't really got into the TV shows. A bit too much for me. I've never really been a Star Wars or Star Trek fan. It's been more of a cursory thing. Alright. Come on. There we go. I think that's falling over. Great, that's going to be fun later. Tracking. Yeah, I can hear the whir of the engine. Because that music stopped, gave us quiet. What time is it? Well, it's nearly midnight in the game. The time's in the bottom left corner, 23:41. Yeah, I actually don't mind doing this craning in the dark. I think I said it before. The hologram is kind of cool at night. All right. This is gonna be a thing. Which one am I picking up? Oh, it's the front one. Good. So it hasn't completely glitched. I'm gonna go up and over here. I think I can cheese it by doing this. And just by cutting the edge. I can. Haha. Bit of a cheat, but still fun. I might want to move that that thing over here in our bottom left corner. I might want to move that before I finish, because we might end up with a roof line. That means I can't pick it up. Or should I risk it? Yeah, I suppose I can risk it. It's at the back. Yeah, it's weird that the music keeps on stopping. I don't remember or don't recall the game doing that before. I wonder if that's a glitch. Oh, I can't. This is definitely risky. Oh, this is the one that sounds like Top Gun. Sounds like the Star Top Gun with the aircraft carrier. And then changes again. Actually, it kind of has that vibe of Axel F a little bit. I haven't seen the new Axel F movie. I don't have high hopes for it. If anybody has a list of movies I should see, please put them in the comments. Actually, talking about comments, don't forget to like, subscribe, and all that stuff. Great seeing the channel grow and everybody enjoying the content. Yeah, definitely drop a like and subscribe. There we go. How many you got left? 3 left. Tracking. Yeah, this rope speed is glacial. I'm surprised this isn't glitching, actually. I think it... I remember when I first got the game, I remember a panel just going straight through the ground. And so it looks like they've fixed some of that stuff over the years. How long has this game been out? I'm trying to think. Maybe 2 years now? Because I don't think it was... Well, it definitely wasn't 2024. And I don't think it was late 2023. Well, maybe it is only 1 and a bit years. 18 months maybe? I don't know. Time definitely flies these days. But these panels are taking forever. There we go. One last one. We're only at 39% for the level, so I'm guessing it's going to jump to 50% for the entire job when we get this one done. Oh, is this actually going to be in range? Oh, it is just. I was worried it's going to be too close to the crane there. Up and over. I'm going to cheese this in as well and just go in diagonally. Is the word perpendicular right? No. Palette of steam elements. We can do that right now. And the beams. Yeah, so those four at the front there are the sheets that are going to be the outside sheathing. So that's definitely not something that we can do quickly. And that red one that we had. Where do they want it? Underneath the truck? Really? Is that where they want it? That's where they want it. Yeah, that truck has perpetually been in the wrong spot. Am I going to regret doing it that way? We'll find out. They're probably going to want to spawn that right there. Oh, really? Now? Oh, that's... Okay, I'm going to have to deal with that right now. Now I'm going to have to get that out. That's going to be an interesting backing exercise. Luckily, I have been doing a bit of European Truck Simulator recently. There we go. Actually, that wasn't too bad. I really do wish the crane speed was a little bit faster. I do have all the skill points there is for this, and I'm pretty sure we do. Actually, you know what? I'm going to double check that. So under profile skills, yeah, available skills none, and the only thing that's missing is just some efficient fuel and wear. But everything else is maxed out. If you're a brand new player, good business sense is where you want to start because it gives you more profit per job. And the name of the game is to get the money as fast as possible, and then that allows you to buy better trucks, which means you can deliver bigger loads and stuff like that much faster. I am an advocate of buying the best once rather than buying like an intermediate thing. So I remember when I started the US map, I think it was, all I did was go around and build buildings, like houses. I rented the equipment I didn't have, and as soon as I could afford something better, I bought the best thing there was. So I bought the biggest excavator and the biggest dump truck. So that way I only ended up buying everything once. I didn't like have something that then I didn't use very much. Trying to thread the needle here. Oh, I'm quite proud of myself there. That was quite good. Look at that. Like a professional. See if we can do that a second time. And we come. And swing that around. We'll let it stabilize a bit before we get too close to the wall. Get a little bit more height. Squeeze in there. Let's get that. Can we get it a bit more accurate? There we go. Done. Place the beams. Done. Fasten the girt. So that's what this red thing does. So let's make some horizontal bars. There we go. Let's do those things. In this case, it was on the roof. In here, when we did it, it put all these cross beams on. Can I climb through there? Nope. And pallet of sheets. So that's on the truck. I think it's not the worst spot where I'm parked. Might be beneficial to go a bit further. I think we've delivered everything to the site now, so those 4 on the truck are the last things to get. And yeah, actually, let's have a look at the job. So I've got 3 running. The airfield and the stadium I'm doing multiplayer, and I just need the other crew to be available. So I'm not cancelling those, and I don't want to make forward progress on those without doing the multiplayer. So, but these two series will continue, and then once one of those two are done, I'll get back and do the spaceport. And this is the one we're doing right now. This is residential thing, and yeah, we're getting there. A bit of roofing to go, a lot more roofing, and then that should be it. So still a bit more crane to go. I'm guessing we're going to end up with probably about 14, maybe 18 panels to put on the roof here. Very reminiscent about how we had to do the stadium. Lots of backwards and forwards, backwards and forwards. Try to do this without making too much damage. Actually, I gotta get the angle right. My brain was not translating it through 90 degrees as the crane rotated. And lucky last, and I think that's all the deliveries to the site. What's going to be the next thing? I assume I'll have to get this out of the way, and then yeah, we're just going to have piles and piles and piles of roofing sheet to do. Camera angle, I'm trying to work out what angle I want here, because we're going to have to get around that corner. It's pretty clean. We'll go up and over, much like we did with those cross beams. I think it's this way around. There we go. Oh, not perfect, but we got there. One down. I think that approach was pretty good. We'll go up and over again. It's kind of hard to work out the 3D-ness of it. I've got the Tobii eye tracker. Actually, and if I do this and go to interior, you can see. Why can't? Oh, I've got it turned off. Oh, I think I turned the Tobii eye off because it was just getting annoying. But yeah, I really wished, like when I bought it, my assumption was going to be that even in this view, I was able to bob to the left and the right, and you could kind of get a parallax feel. So as I move my head to the left and right, the world should have, you know, done what happens in reality if you do that. And unfortunately it doesn't. So when you're in cockpit view, it's basically I'm talking too much, not thinking. Come on, settle down. In the cockpit, basically all you're doing is just turning left and right and up and down. Where with this view, I was expecting that you could have more of that parallax thing going on, and it just didn't. And that was kind of disappointing because I was hoping to kind of understand the 3D-ness better. Because the way you get 3D is by moving left and right, and kind of like, you know, trying to go like this, you know, trying to gauge where things are. And I was hoping that's what the what would happen in this view, but it doesn't exist. And I must say I was quite a bit disappointed that that didn't actually work that way. So yeah, it's still quite hard to judge 3D. I guess the only way of really doing it is to put VR on rather than, you know, a simulated 3D space like the Tobii eye tracker does. Well, that's one down, 14 to go. What time is it? 4 p.m. Can we do this before nightfall and finish this job off? So I don't know whether these are different sizes. I'm going to track forward so we don't hit that lip. I think I'll do the... Yeah, it looks like they're all the same size. I'll do the far ones first, I guess, which means that as we do it, it gets faster and faster because there's less distance to travel. The other thing I wish the game had, particularly for cranes, is waypoints, presets. So like particularly like this position, like here, for example, you set that as a waypoint, and then by pressing a key, it moves the crane to that point, and then you'd have another waypoint like here, and then maybe one like halfway through around here somewhere. And that way you could just go, hey, move to B, move to A, move to C, and that way you could just go up and down and crosswise. I'm pretty sure in the real world ones, that's what they have. They have these 3D spaces because they definitely, I think, operate the cranes a lot more blind where it's behind a truck or behind a building or something. And they have to rely on a waypoint. I'm sure that they might have cameras and something, but yeah, it would be nice to have waypoints in the game. I mean, not that I want to automate the game to the nth degree. It kind of reminds me of Farming Simulator that way. The AI has a role to play. It really can't do everything itself. You have to like set it off and give it instructions. I think Flight Simulator is another example of that, where it is fun to fly the plane, but sometimes it's also fun to simulate the flight computer, where the enjoyment comes into programming and the waypoints of the flight and stuff. And I think when it comes to craning, it's very similar. It's like I would like to be able to program a couple of waypoints and enjoy that small level of automation. So I got a skill point before, so we're level 30 now. Been on level 29 for ages, so I don't know if the levels are logarithmic or not. I don't know if it's the same amount of points to gain a skill point or it's constant. I don't know. Or whether it gets more and more as the levels get higher and higher. So, well, if you divide by 30, 300,000 divided by 30 is 10,000. And from 68 to 96 is not 10,000. Yeah, it's not linear. So it's probably in groups of 5 or 10 where they get more and more expensive as you go. But we should spend that skill point. Actually, let's do that right now before I forget. Profile, skill points. Do we want wear efficient or fuel efficient? I might do wear because fixing things is really expensive rather than buying fuel, which isn't too expensive. So yeah, we need one more level and then we've got all our skills. When I changed from the US map to the Europe map, I actually started a brand new profile, so I didn't copy any of the, or move my company across. I actually have two companies. I have one company for the US and one company for Europe. When I start doing Spaceport, which is a different map, I will probably take the European one. I think the US one and the European one are both quite close. I haven't been in the US one for ages. They've both had the campaign completely finished. They've both done a huge number of contracts. So I think they're roughly the same dollar amount and roughly the same skill points. But I think since I've been playing Europe for so long now, I haven't been playing US for a year and a bit. I think I might use this Europe profile for that. Okay, I don't know if the machines come across or just your money. Or is it only your skill points that come across? I don't know. We'll find out, I guess. Because at the moment, the only DLC expansion type contracts I've got running are the airfield, which is on this map down in the southern area. And that wasn't perfect. I should have fixed that. And the stadium, which is also on this map. So I haven't left this map yet. That tower crane's slightly in the way. Yeah, I'll have to ask my co-conspirators about whether they want to commit to doing the stadium, because not stadium, sorry, starport, because my understanding is it is huge. It is hundreds and hundreds of hours. The benefit of playing with 2, 3, 4 players all at once, it does mean that you do it faster. I think you get, for every person, maybe a 0.8 benefit. It's not perfect, like 3 people won't make it 3 times faster, But there's always some periods where you have to kind of like share the time. Like trying to do this right now, we would have probably 2 of the big mobile cranes and dismantle the tower crane for this scenario. So yeah, one person will do the left, one person will do the right. That means that third player hasn't got something to do, for example. So you might get a 2x factor out of it, assuming you're not colliding with each other. But that third person may not have anything to do. You know what? This may be our last lift for the entire thing, because I don't recall there being another stage. And just the sunsets as well. There you go. Roof line's been put on it. Time to shut this thing down. Get that out of the way. And yeah, we'll change, that's the wrong button. We'll change time to noon so we get a nice cinematic at the end during daylight hours. And let's move this off the lot. And we'll go talk to our friend here. And I assume we're just going to get a cinematic without any words. There you go. Warehouse job completed. Well, that was fun. Lots of craning. If you want to do a crane job, 400 grand in about 1 hour. Can't complain about that. Lots of steel work and insulation and roofing and lots of cool stuff. And we'll call that the end of the episode. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment, and we'll see you next time in Construction Simulator as we continue doing the contracts and also maybe doing some of the big stadium and airfield jobs. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.